if you look at our customer list from the enterprise perspective, we're very proud of this list. We started in the retail business in 1984, 85, and our first customer was Walmart. It's a good first customer to have. And the reason Walmart, it's an interesting story that if I can take a minute to tell you a little bit about that story. We had this idea that we could put these little dishes on rooftops of individual branches, go up a satellite and come to the headquarters of the company, to the data center, and totally bypass the phone company. And if some of you will remember, that was the period where deregulation of the United States phone industry was occurring. The Carter phone decision had occurred, and AT&T was being broken up, right? Until then, if you wanted a network, you went to AT&T. They did your local connection, they did your long distance connection, they did your international connection. And you didn't have any choice. There was this upstart called MCI and a guy called Bill McGowan who was pounding away at them trying to change the laws and rules and regulations, and he finally succeeded and he broke the monopoly, right? And so AT&T was broken up into 7 regional Bell operating companies, and suddenly the world didn't have a single place to go to get a network. And they had to go to 7 places, or in some cases, maybe 20 or 30 places if they wanted to build a national network. And there was chaos in the market. And so we saw this opportunity. We said, look, we're a small company. At that time, I think our revenues were 100 million or something like this. But we have this idea. We can put these dishes all over the United States and create a national virtual private network for a company. And it doesn't matter that there's no single monolithic phone company anymore. And especially if you were in rural areas, you had a bigger problem, because then it was not just 7 guys you had to go to, but you might have to go to another 1,000 small companies to get your network. Sam Walton had a couple of thousand stores at that time at Walmart. Most of them were in rural areas, and he couldn't even get a data line to many of these, and he was a visionary, obviously, and he wanted to connect all his 2,000 stores in real time to his headquarters in Bentonville. He had made a huge investment with IBM in the most sophisticated data processing system to control his inventory, to keep his stocks at the. He had this concept that if you walked into a Walmart to buy something, and that store didn't have that thing, that he has lost X dollars of sales and marketing costs because you walked out of the store with nothing. You always have a greeter in a Walmart, right? If you walk out of a Walmart without buying something, that greeter is supposed to ask you, why didn't you buy something? And if you told him that you didn't buy something because you went to the shelf and that shelf was empty, that used to drive Sam crazy. And so he wanted an inventory control system, but at the same time, he didn't want to have excess inventory. So we went to him and made a presentation. We didn't have a product, we just had an idea. And we said, we can build this network for you. And not only will it do this data network for you, but if you want to use it, he was cheap also. He wanted to use it for voice, and he wanted to use it for one-way video. So we do all of this with this new technology called VSAT, and all we had was a bunch of slides that described. We had no product. And he bought the idea, gave us a contract for 2,000 stores, which at that time, I think it was a $12 million or $15 million contract, which was incredible deal for us. And we started building the product and deployed it, and the rest is history. And you can see almost every retailer that you can think of followed him, because they all followed Sam. They see what he did, and they would all go and do it. So anyway, so that is how we got into the business. And the other segments that have been very successful one is oil and gas. We have over 50,000 VSATs on gas stations in the United States. So almost certain that if you go to fill gas in any gas station in the United States, your credit card transaction of putting the credit card into the gas station, getting the credit card authorized to allow you to have gas from that particular pump, then the value of your transaction being posted on your credit cards, all going over a Hughes network. and you can see the list of customers, as almost everybody you can think of. Automotive used to be good. Fast food, as the McDonald's of the world and the Pizza Huts of the world started accepting credit cards, they also then needed a data network for the same purpose, the point of sale transactions, and they've been a fast growing business for us. Lottery has been a great business. We have 70,000 sites in operation for GTech in the United States alone. When you buy the state lottery tickets, it's a rapidly booming, and we've built systems in India for Playwin, and in the Czech Republic, etc. And that's lottery, entertainment, and sports is a fast growing. So anyway, so we are very proud of our customer list. You can see that almost every major corporation you can think of is a customer of ours in one form or the other.